Hey guys, it's me. Welcome to Training Thursday, live from here in Bali. So, Training Thursday, we have these every week in the Hub, the Naturpreneur Hub Facebook group. Free training every Thursday. And if you miss it, you can see it on my YouTube channel. So, for those who are watching this on a replay, hello. And if you're joining us for the first time, go and check out all of the amazing business and mindset vids that I have in my YouTube channel so that you can get a little bit more advice for Nats, Nuts, Herbies and Praccies in business and mindset, not just the clinical stuff. So today I am in here specifically to talk to you about saying yes. Saying yes to things that you aren't quite sure of because you actually don't know what it's going to be like, what life is going to be like on the other side of saying yes. Say hi if you're just joining us. I would love to see you. So we're live here in Bali. It's beautiful here. We've just been finishing up 2 retreats, 2 immersions here in Bali, taking Nats, Nuts, Herbies and Praccies on a deep dive, and it has been so cool to see people in our profession saying yes, right? Saying yes to checking in, saying yes to being around other people who inspire them. Hey Robin, hey Chris. Saying yes to something different. And so I'm also here on the back end of running 2 epic retreats with over 50 people coming through saying yes to all sorts of amazing things, because what happens when you say yes is that a new standard is actually set. So you're looking up and going, I wish I could have that, right? I'm here at Awesomeness Fest, which this is my 4th Awesomeness Fest. It's a conference that I absolutely love. The feeling, the people, the networking, the conversations, all of these things that I wanted in my life. And at the time when I first applied to come to Awesomeness Fest 4 times ago, because there's an interview process, I was really worried about what I would say yes to. Right? I knew I wanted to say yes to something. I knew I wanted to change. I knew I wanted something different for myself, my business, my life, and my family. And all of the fears come up, right? But I'm not like everybody else, but I'm not enough, but I haven't got the money, but I haven't got the time, and I haven't got the following, and I haven't got all of the beautiful inferiority complex, all of the not enoughness. We all go through that. I still go through that. You guys aren't by yourselves in thinking that that is just a thing. It happens to everybody, and it's something that was discussed in depth at the past couple of weeks that we've been doing this training in Bali, is we all go through that, and then there is a moment where you can still say yes to it. The second you still say yes to it, a different part of you shows up, because it's the part of you that doesn't know what life is like on the other side of that yes. Right? It's a different part of you that steps up to the yes, like you're stepping up to another step, and the world looks different up there, and you set a new standard. And that standard then becomes your ground level. And then you're able to say yes to other things. Right? So we saw it in the past couple of weeks in people saying yes to changing something, people saying yes to getting visible online, people saying yes to finally creating that e-course, or if they have created the e-course, actually sharing it with people, right? Sharing it with the public, and saying yes to that creates a new standard. Here at Awesomeness Fest, thank you, Chanel. Nice to see you. Here at Awesomeness Fest, the theme this time is Envision Your Future. We've got Jason Silver coming later on this afternoon, one of the most extraordinary minds that I have seen on the internet. Amazing YouTube channel if you haven't checked him out. But I was again going, I've been to Awesomeness Fest. So it was actually saying yes, and then it becoming my standard, right? But every time I know that there is 250 other people, entrepreneurs, amazing innovators, creators, visionaries, people who are running huge multi-million dollar, even billion-dollar companies here at the same time as startups. And being able to say yes in a moment like that, being able to say yes to something different creates a different conversation, right? So you get to this position where you're saying yes to even just standing and sitting, or like sitting at breakfast next to somebody who owns a multi-million dollar company. Billion-dollar company, the person I was sitting next to. And Mark Hyman's here for all you functional medicine peeps. Him and his wife are sitting across from us this morning. And it changes the conversation. Your standard becomes very different when you are just surrounded by the people you have said yes to, the life that you have said yes to. I am right now here. Check this out. 5 years ago, this is the luxury collection of Laguna, which is a beautiful, very special resort here in Bali. And even showing up yesterday, all of my beautiful stuff came up because we've been running this amazing retreat in a space that's totally in alignment with me. That's essentially family run. It's beautiful. It's 5-star, just further up at a different resort. But it has a really different vibe. Here has a really different vibe, right? And saying yes to actually showing up here as myself, saying yes to, wearing what I wear. When there's people around wearing their luxury pajamas, essentially, there's silk, white silk pants and all that kind of stuff. But saying yes to being in a conversation there and being totally human and totally you sets a new standard for the conversations that you can have. I've had friends that are currently in South Africa on a mastermind on Richard Branson's mastermind on the safari. And they're saying the exact same thing. When you say yes to hanging out with people in an environment, like when you take yourself out of your current environment and say yes to being in a different environment, it's like it permeates your cells and it becomes a new standard for you. Now, the interesting thing is we do this all the time with our clients, right? We go, yes, what would it look like for you to say yes to going to the gym? Yep, we're going to pop you in a different environment and you're going to see what that feels like. Yeah, it's weird and uncomfortable at first. Or saying yes to going to that yoga class and it's weird and uncomfortable at first, like I had a moment of last night. And then leaning in and continually saying yes, it becomes the new standard. We say it to our clients all the time, and by the end of 1 month of your client going to yoga, they're a different person, right? Their standards have changed. When they say yes to having a smoothie every morning rather than no breakfast, or having donuts for breakfast, their standard changes. It's like, I'm going to say yes to the thing that I aspire to, and I don't know who I'm going to be on the other side of that because I've never been that person before. So it feels weird and it feels foreign. And then when you say yes, it becomes your new standard. That new standard seeps through your cells, it seeps through your way of being, and then you can show up as that, as the new healthy person, as the new active person, as the person who takes their body and their health seriously. Now, we talk to our clients like that all the time, but it's the exact same thing for you in business. What are you aspiring to that you know you need to do for your business that is totally out of your comfort zone, that might cost you some money or time or effort, or it changes because you haven't been there before and it's kind of weird initially, but when you say yes to it, it's going to set a new standard for you. One of the biggest things that we've had, particularly the mastermind group this past 5 days, is what conferences, so this is a very actionable step for what I'm discussing with you guys today. What conferences are in your target market? What conferences do you want to be known as an expert for that you can show up in to feel what it feels like to be around those types of people? Now, it might not be, Congress, or it might not be the symposium, or it might not be that kind of thing. But for instance, we've got an amazing thyroid mentor in our mastermind group, and we looked online and found a thyroid conference, this Australasian thyroid conference, and Hashimoto's and that kind of thing. What would it look like to be presenting a poster from your particular aspect, from the amazing work that you've done, even just with one client. You can do an N=1 and provide a poster and be in the space of all the people talking about your particular target market. We've got other amazing people in the club who are doing, say, rural medicine. How can you show up at a conference where all of the like-minded people are so that you can feel what it feels like to say yes to that new standard of you actually stepping into being the rural natural health guru, or the thyroid person, or the crisis situation person, or the mental health person. It doesn't have to be that we're hanging around our same things all the time. Broadening your horizons and being with people that are going to hold the space for your vision, and that you love to talk about that topic anyway. How can you say yes to that, even though you get feeling icky, even though some of you guys who are watching this right now are going, I'm not going to show up to a medical conference that's on a specific thing because I'm a natural health practitioner. It's a totally different model, and blah, 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 all of the things that are coming up about that. But you talk about these things all the time with your patients every day. You probably end up talking about it at barbecues. So why not show up in a space where everybody is talking about it and say yes and create a new standard that you can feel in your cells to show up for that, right? Christy, it's been awesome to hold this space with you in Bali as well. Yes, can't wait till February. So that little segue, thanks darling, is to the NatX. If you want to hang around with a whole bunch of people that are just like you in an amazing place on the Gold Coast, and you haven't been to a conference that is around mindset and business and is fun and playful, and there is a whole bunch of goodness happening there, and you want to be saying yes to something that is different, yes to something that you can look at and go, yeah, this is a little bit different, and then set a new standard for yourself, definitely come to NatX 2019. So if you haven't checked it out, go to tammyguest.com, NatX 2019. We've got an amazing lineup of speakers, and all the speakers are hanging out with one another and hanging out with you. There is no like green room where we all are separate. We're talking about sharing our experience, sharing our yeses to get to a space where we're all playing a different game. We're all saying yes and creating a new standard for our profession, a new standard for you about what your life looks like and what it could be like. So I'm here at Awesomeness Fest. I'm going to do another couple of lives in the group and share with you guys some of the insights that I'm gaining from some of the speakers here, because not everyone can be here, but my cells can be here and I can share the insights with you as well. Last little tidbit. For all you guys who said yes at the beginning of this year to the Nat Biz Scav Hunt, can I get a whole bunch of likes from anybody who joined the Nat Biz Scav Hunt? So you guys who joined the Nat Biz Scav Hunt, I have had so much amazing feedback. And for anybody who's just come out of studying and you're just about to open, now is the time to actually do this scavenger hunt. It is available evergreen right now. We just made it available today. And so it's available to you. It's like a little mini course to get yourself up and running, and make sure there's these 10 and a bonus things that that are essential. You can't go without them. To have a successful practice, these 10 things, you need to take care of them, look after them, get them done, and we give you all the resources for it in the Nat Biz Scav Hunt. 10 essentials. It's a 7-day little mini course, and it's available at the naturepreneurclub.com. So it's available, and we're going to be doing it. It's available all the time now, but we're going to be doing it live in the first week of January to kickstart your most amazing year yet. So I think that's all of the updates. Say yes. See the things that you are talking yourself out of this week. And especially the places where you can hang out with more people that can up-level your yes to be your new standard. It's been awesome talking to you guys. If this has been beneficial to you or someone that you know, please share it. And you can subscribe on my YouTube channel or follow me on Facebook to not miss any of these Training Thursdays in the future. And I will check in with you guys later. Have an amazing week. Bye.